Right, hey everybody. How's your night been going so far? Or I guess a day, I should say. Mine's been pretty good. I'm a little tired. Had to do a bunch of research on some not so fun parts of game development, but okay, part of the job. But let's get to the fun programming now. So we want to finish up the gradient blending on the text mesh, and I'm just going to play the game to see where we left off. If I remember correctly, we had done, yeah, the top and bottom gradients for cliff faces, and now we need to take care of the sides and also the corner squares. And it looks pretty good in game. You can see here everything blends smoothly. Cool. So, okay. Wonder if there's a, like, this code is getting pretty pretty messy now, but I don't know if there's a better way to really deal with it. Yeah, so we'll just leave it for now. It'd be nice, maybe I should have a helper function that I can just pass these heights and the colors so we don't have to have these points. Although, no, they are different sometimes, so. Yeah, so I'll just leave this for now. No use trying to optimize it before we're done. Okay, so let's do the left triangle, or left rectangle now. Might actually be, I'm not sure if this is left or right. I always hard for me to visualize it, and I guess it depends on which way you look at the cliff, but let me bring up my little nice helpful diagram. I always forget to open this up before the stream starts. And it is here. So we want the cliff blend diagram. Okay, so we want to do this hexagon, so it would be B blend upper, and then D. That's pretty simple. Okay, so it goes inner, which goes up, so needs to go the blend upper to blend lower, which starts with I blend, and then actually it does backwards. It should be B first and then D. Yeah, that probably will matter. Okay, so it's a high blend Y and then the low blend Y. Okay, and we're going to need to do the points differently now, so we're going to have to define a color for each. So for the first point, which is this one, it should be the neighbor's color, the average. Don't have yet, so let's just then temporary. The next one would be my color. Oh wait, no, it's still the outer B, so it's the same thing. So it's color white, then both of these are just my color. I think yeah, that's right. Okay, so I just need to figure out this neighbors, which is I guess counterclockwise when you look on the lower, but it's it's from the higher point. It's actually the clockwise neighbor. Okay, so that's how I did it. I guess should I use the get neighbor color function? Look, so if the neighbor is not valid, then it'll just be my color. Oh hey Ice Boy, good to see you again. How are you doing tonight? And if the neighbor is valid, then we need to get it on this layer. If the layers are equal, then we want to get the neighbor's color. If I'm higher, then we just use my color, and then otherwise we get the cliff face. So that's actually exactly what we want, I think. So clockwise. This is. I think there could be different. Like there's 3 different neighbors on the clockwise side that we have to care about for the cliff. The one that's on different layers than us. Might need to add another little like altitude offset, but we'll get to that. Good to hear you're doing well. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Like I said, a bit tired because I spent most of the day researching, but that's okay. This will be the clockwise middle neighbor color. So do we have my position? Because I think we use indexes here. I don't really like how some of the functions here use the position and some use index. I mean, they're like interchangeable, but I think that everything should use index. So if I'm going to rewrite this, then I might as well add in a layer offset. Yeah, I'm researching some like business and legal stuff for game design. Not super interesting, at least for me. Okay, so this will be the side offset. It's kind of not needed actually because we can just add whatever it is to the side. Yes, this will be side, and I guess maybe we should just pass a layer then. Something like that. So then to get the neighbor, the easiest way is to still use this axis vector. I think. We could do the same thing. Like every neighbor is just a certain well, no, we do need the position because that's how we would find out if it's a valid thing or not. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get my position. I should make a function for this actually. So position from cell. it's just this. I'll just put a 0 layer. I guess we can have it pass a layer. Optionally. So this position from cell. That help us not have to duplicate code all the time. Then maybe I should make something the opposite way. Then we'll pass X position. And all this is, returns an integer actually. The position dot column plus the row times the row size on the board. And again, we don't care about the layer at all. Okay, so here, I don't know if I need this row or column. I really need my position anymore. I guess we only used it for some of the stuff. I'll just, no harm in keeping it. Do I even need this num rows at all? No. No, this get layer doesn't. Oh no, it does have a cell index. So we would just call position from cell and pass the index and the layer. Go, and now we just need the same thing here. We need this column and row? No. Now again, we'll get this value here. And we have the layer actually, so we don't need to get the surface. Although, no, that's the neighbor layer we want. Okay, so what we want to do, this will get the neighbor, but again, the layer is not, I mean the layer right now is parallel, so we might want to add this. But I'll wait, that. So yeah, if the neighbor is valid, okay, this is awkward. Alright, so if the neighbor is valid, then we want to get the neighbor's position with its actual surface layer. But we don't... Oh, I did that just to consolidate variables. I was going to say we don't really have to form a whole new hex position, but that's fine. Okay, so if the layers are the same, but we need to take this layer into account. We want to do this because if we basically want to like have this be an offset onto the neighbor layer, but apply these same rules. myself, I think. So let's see. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit too far ahead, so I'll figure that out later. Let's just go back and fix up these functions. So get neighbor color. We don't need to pass that, we just have to pass the cell index. Okay, and now we have to the offset in these arguments. Really no big deal. Not liking that. Oh, it's just called index. I'll actually rename it. And then here, just because of the way the modulo operator works, when you want to subtract, it's safer to go ahead and add 6 like that. And then I can combine this to say add 5, which is basically we want to loop around counterclockwise. Okay, so now this is all the same as it used to be. That's good enough for us now. Although the thing is here, we don't want to get the surface block. Let's go with it. A higher cell or higher index. Side is higher side. +1 modulo 6 because we want to go clockwise around. Okay, so now for these points we'll want to need to average this and our color together. Obviously we could just convert or compute this average once and store it in another variable, but just for simplicity I'll leave it like this for now. Okay, so let's see if that works. I mean, the color will probably be a little off. I'm not sure exactly with our specific map layout if we'll be able to notice any problems. But I just want to see if those sides even get created. Weird. Oh, well, something... Okay, they're wound wrong, of course. I did it backwards the first time. Okay, so that's kind of annoying. How it works to go clockwise, it goes A, D, C. So if it's A, B, C, D. I guess I need to decide how or what these letters mean. Yeah, because for the triangle it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's make this top left. How do I have this now? It's high, low, so top left and bottom left. Now it's going to be different than here because when you look down on these, the inner is on the outs. So this is actually the bottom left. But I kind of like to keep it so that this same. The outer A is top left. Although wait. Yeah, A is on the right side, isn't it? Well, no, when you're looking up at the top of one of these hexagons, okay, let's open this up. Did I do it? Oh yeah, so A. Yeah, so for this rectangle, you go. It was supposed to be inner, then outer, and then inner, then outer. But I mean, you could flip it around. It doesn't really. You can spin around, and the top and bottom don't really make any sense. So what is the correct nomenclature for this? I'll just go with this for now. It doesn't really feel right, but I don't know if anything would feel right. Okay, so I need to switch this to... Oh, it's going to complain because this is already taken. That as a temporary name. Okay, so did I do this right? Oh no, because I need to flip this. That means these colors... Oh no, they can be the same. Because it's the B side that has the blended color. Okay, so let me... Hopefully this will work. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, now everything is backwards, isn't it? Okay, I think there's two separate issues here. Oh yeah, upside down? What is going on here? Okay, so if I look from the top... Okay, I think the camera was just flipped around, so that was confusing me. Yeah, so the meshes are all working right, but we can see for some reason these are starting to blend to black, and it has a really weird effect. So something is wrong now with the get neighbor color. It's kind of weird. Like these edges work, but then this is fading to black, and then these up here work. Okay, so let's look and see if I can... what's going on. Get something up here, so we got the clockwork. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with these add quads and add triangle, it's all the color, because it's all fine except it fades to black at the wrong time. There doesn't really seem to be a pattern. Kind of strange. Well, it's these three here. Wonder if I got like transpose. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I wonder if I transpose the row and column, which basically means you flip rows and columns, which I did right here. Because the column should go first, then the row. I'm surprised got that error before. Okay, there we go. Now the colors are working again. And the rectangles are there. And as far as I can tell, none of them... Okay, well this is blending to green. Why is it blending to green? Oh, because... yeah, you can see here, it's using the wrong neighbor, because it's using this... It wants to use a neighbor that's up here, but that doesn't exist, so it's just using its own color, and that's why it's blending to green. So that's a prime example of that problem I was talking about. That's because this get neighbor color just uses the surface and not some other layer that we need to give it. So I need to be able to specify both my side and also the neighbor's side. Or no, they wouldn't ever be the same, so it's just one layer. But I will need to know the surface layer as well, now that I think about it. Okay, so now, right now these layers will always be equal, and what we actually need to find is the surface layer. I'm trying to think. Okay, so this part right here might be a problem, because on flat terrain we want to try and merge with the cliff, which is one layer above. But on the cliff terrain, if we're lower than our neighbor, then we actually want to just merge with our own. Okay, so maybe I do need to separate these functions out. They're pretty much, I mean, they're very similar, but that little bit of different code will get confusing if I try to combine them. Okay, so yeah, this won't have a layer. This will just be get flat neighbor, and then I'll copy this and make a get cliff neighbor. Class is starting to get pretty large. I wonder, think about splitting it up, because it's only going to get more complicated. Okay, so here we have cell. Let's rename this to like the cliff cell. And then we'll have the layer. Okay, so that's the layer we want to get, but we also will need to know the surfaces, because I guess we'll only need to know the neighbor's surface. Okay, so a couple options here. If the neighbor surface is at or below this, or at or above this layer, then we want to get Yeah, this actual color. Because then the cliff would always exist. But as neighbor surface is below this layer, then we want to get our own color. And I think it's as simple as that. Don't need to do this. Okay, yeah, that's actually quite a bit simpler than the other. I guess I don't really need to do that, I can just clear. Okay, so let's see how that works. Oh, I don't actually use the new function yet. And the layer we want is just L from the for loop. Okay, so we want to test, this was a problem area before. Oh no, this is working right, it's blending to green. And then this one is obviously blending to green. Where was the error? There was one place where I was going to blend to green, but I didn't need to. Be right there? Oh no, right here. But it's actually, yeah, it's getting the right neighbor color, so it looks like everything's okay. Right here before it was checking the neighbor right up here on top of this block. And since it didn't exist, it was just using its own terrain type, and its color was green. But now it knows to search each layer, and so that's why it's silver. So yeah, we're good to go. Now let's do the right rectangle, and it's almost the same. Instead of calling it left and right, I should call it clockwise, counterclockwise, because left and right don't make a whole lot of sense. And to get counterclockwise, we add 5, which is the same as subtracting 1. You do the loop-de-loop with the modulo. And besides that, most of this can be the same, except I need to switch this to C and A, I think. Yeah, C and A. Oh, and then I also need to flip this to the bottom 2 colors. Or bottom 2 points, I should say. Copy and paste. And I think the Y's will stay the same. Counterclockwise, yep. Okay, so hopefully it should all work. But with my luck, it will probably be wound the wrong way the first time. Oh wow, I did it right the first time. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is green right here. And is there any place where it should be silver? Oh, right here it's going to blend to silver. Oh, and right here, of course. Okay, well, yeah, I thought that would work right because it's just a symmetric problem with the side we did before. Okay, so now the fun part, we have to do the corners, which obviously have a bunch of different colors we need to blend. These corners will have to blend with 3 different colors, because think about if this block was, I don't know, green, this one's gray, and then this one's blue, for example, then this point here has to blend between all 3. And not too difficult, it's just a matter of messing with the different layers and everything. Okay, so let's just start with that. So this will be the top clockwise square. Let's call it corner square. That actually would be a rectangle because I think the blending links are different. Okay, so this will be top clockwise. Oh wait, it should be clockwise top neighbor color, just to be have the same. Oh, what am I trying to say? The same nomenclature or format. So this would be the higher index, then clockwise, which is this side +1. And then the layer is this R layer, isn't it? Now that I think about it, the top point actually only blends with 2 because it's R color and then the top of this block, which is the same as this cliff face. So the only one that could be 3 would be the bottom ones because they have to deal with the floor. Okay, yeah, so these top ones are pretty simple, actually. So they just use these middle neighbor colors. And I think I still use the B and D, but the heights will be different. So this would just be the high Y and then the high blend. Goes from bottom to top, so I need to flip this. And then these colors are all the same. Check that out. In fact, I'll go ahead and do the other one. This is the top, counterclockwise, corner, rectangle. And again, all I have to do is change these heights. I think everything else is the same. Alright, so now it's starting to look almost complete. I have these last 2 squares and all good. There's a problem right here, actually. This should be blending to green. Okay, so I think I just have to average the colors a little different. Oh right, because not only does it blend on the side, it also blends on the top. Okay, so here, let's see. This point, again, is right here, so it's kind of like 2/3. Let's just call this one green and this silver. So it's 2/3 green, and 1/3 silver. And what point is that? That is be at the high Y, so it's a second one. So I have to do a weighted average here. But it's times 2 and then divide by 3. Is that right? I think so. And then the other top is just the average. This. Or not the average of this, it's this color right here. We gotta do the same thing down here. This B right here. So this is the average of the top and then also the gray, or the top and the neighbor color. And then this point, which is the last one, is weighted average. Let's see if that looks right. It'll be a little hard to tell until we get the bottom squares done, but no, this still doesn't look right. But this one is good. This one's not good. So it seems like I got the counterclockwise square wrong, but the clockwise square right. There should be no silver there. Actually, it's just green. Okay, so let's figure this out again. The B again has both the neighbors. Oh right, I think I averaged this color, which is just full of our color because it's only touching the top and the cliff. It's the same. Oh wait, so I think the problem is I've been taking into account if we're at the top of the cliff and this is flat behind us, but there could also be another cliff face above, and that cliff face could be a different color. So only these are not averaged. So, but these need to be averaged with the top, or the point above them. Yeah, so, okay. That was what I was getting wrong. That's some of my logic. I need to know the color for the block above us, which we get right here, but I don't save it anywhere. So this will just be above neighbor color. I'll just pull this out. And then this one will be the below neighbor color. I think here I use... Oh no, fine. I was gonna say I thought I used top for the name, but I don't actually. That's it. Okay, so this lower prototype is the floor's color. So I guess I could simplify this. Oh yeah, so this above neighbor color is this whole script right here, because again, if we're at the top of the cliff, then the above neighbor, or the above quote neighbor, is us. So I just like messed up everything, didn't I? Okay, that's what I wanted to do, and then I just move this out. There we go. And then this is color below neighbor color. If I don't make any typos, that is. And then I'll need to copy this code out. Long line. It's a little better. And let's see here. So now, use myself with all these extra colors, but let's see. So first is outer B at the high blend, which is right here. And this is just the neighbor and the cliff face color, so that's right. And this is the triple point, so it's neighbor plus us plus the above neighbor. And this one, oh, this is actually next. And that is just the cliff's color, and then this next one is just us with the above neighbor color. I'm gonna flip this around just to be consistent. Okay, and so for this side, we start with C at the high blend, which is right here, and that is just the cliff color. Then we have this one, which is the cliff color and the above neighbor. And this one, which is the counterclockwise neighbor and the cliff color, and then this is the triple point. Okay, so that should look better. So far so good, just looking over here. The problem area, this little corner. Nope, something's still wrong. I bet I flipped the corners around. So this should be like half green. Why isn't... Yeah, basically these colors should be the same, and I'm not sure why they're not. There's definitely a line right there. So what are those points? That's this D high, so it's the last one. And it should be the above neighbor with my own color, and that seems right. Logically it's right, but... And same with this B upper. Okay, I guess one thing I could see is if I add the colors at the right. Okay, well, first of all, these are named wrong now, but... Bottom left, and this one should top left, and this should be bottom right and top right. I'm gonna add that just so we don't have to scroll over. The bottom left, top right, bottom right. And they all match up. Well, that's not the issue. The above neighbor color. That. So it works here, so I don't know why it wouldn't work in these averages. Okay, if I can find a pattern. What is this UI canvas setup? Clearly see it here when it should be green. Okay. You know what? I think it'll be a lot easier to tell what's going on if I fill in these holes. I think that's what I'm gonna do. We know there's a bug somewhere, but it's as simple as just fixing these colors, so it's not a huge deal if I move on for now. So we gotta change just these heights, I think. And again, it goes bottom up, so it's the low and then the low blend. Okay, and let's just do the colors independently. In fact, I think I'll just delete all that. Okay, so first we have B at the low Y, and this is a triple point. So it is the cliff, and also okay, I think I just figured out that could happen here. Because this can actually be 4 different colors now that I think about it. Yeah, I'll have to visit that. Maybe that's the issue. Okay. So let's see here. Open up paint for me. Oh no, it's just... That's a little weird, but... Oh, it doesn't even have undo, really. Let's not do that. Oh no, that's not what I wanted either. Okay, let's just open up paint the old-fashioned way. Okay, so I'm going to take this corner and we'll figure out all the possibilities. So one possibility, that badly. This is with the most neighbors, so we have this cliff here. Could there even be, oh no, because that would, okay, I was going to say, could there even be 5 colors, because you'd have this cliff, and then if this was flat, and then there was another cliff here, but thankfully these would always be the same color. Maybe that would affect the average though, for the blending, I'm not sure. But anyway, so we have this cliff here, which is the, we already had to do for the side, so this is the, see if I can write my mouse, the mid clockwise. And this would be oh, that's gonna be bad. The higher clockwise. Oh gee, that G is horrible. Okay, and then this is the cliff. And then this is the above color. We have, this is what we're trying to figure out. This is a quad point with these 4 colors, and if this is the top of this cliff, then this high clockwise should just be the same as the middle clockwise, I think. And then here the color is, we have correct, I think. And I think we have it correct here. But what is the blending artifact we're actually getting? Not because it's like we're getting a weird line right here. Maybe it's because this point's not green enough. Okay, but regardless, this is possible, so So clockwise, top neighbor color, then we'd want layer +1. Actually, what happens now is I think it would revert to using our color if the surface is lower, but we'd actually want to like use this, the top of the block. So this would be our color right here. Pretty complicated, isn't it? Maybe there's not one size fits all is the problem. Okay. Because like the issue that we have right now, problem is it's hard to draw, but this is a cliff. Right here, but this is this is flat, and if we want to get the color for this, it has to blend here. Then with the so there's 5 different colors that are all gonna come by, but then these are always the same, and then these 2 are the same, so should they be weighted more? I don't know. Oh, cancel. Okay, well anyway, yeah, there's some problem here, but this is starting to get a little confusing for me, so let's just move on and come back to that. Because it will be easier to see regardless once we get all this done. I don't know why I deleted the code I wrote a while ago, but and then here it'd still be, yeah, so we don't have to change that. And we need to flip the colors, I think. So we start with this one, and that right now is a triple point, so we'll just use the neighbor, the lower, and then us, which we know is probably not completely correct, but I need to do some experiments to correct blending. And then next is this point, and that's just the neighbor and us. That's right. And this one, which is just the below and us. And then last is just our own here. And I think I can copy these colors. They'll be slightly different. Actually, they'll be completely different, so let's not. Start with this one, which is the low and the cliff color, and then next is just the cliff color. Then next is a triple point. And lastly is another merge just between the below and us, or I should say cliff color. Okay, so now we'll have everything, just preliminary colors, and hopefully it'll look somewhat okay. Not that good, actually. I'm just confused. Now that I think about it, all of these, like, this should also, like, should this corner be fading to gray? I don't know, cliffs. Yeah, these altitudes are making it a bit more complicated than I bargained for. Now why is this not fading to gray at all? This one should be blending with the bottom. Yeah, it's not working with this simple, like, burst even. I don't understand. Look at it in game. Oh, the shadow's gonna get in the way. Yeah, you can see the lines there where it's not blending correct. This cliff face. Yeah, so there's a little gray here. That counterclockwise. Oh yeah, so it's the below neighbor and cliff. Yeah, that's not right anyway. Okay, so okay, that explains a little bit of the problem then. I think I did this backwards. Bottom first. Yeah, so this isn't the below neighbor, this is the counterclockwise neighbor. One bug fixed. First one is the below with average. Okay, so yeah, there's one problem. That will fix that. Where the color is kind of flipped, I hope. Oh, counterclockwise mid. Okay, yes, that looks a little better. If I get rid of the wireframe, it'll be more. Yeah, we can still see lines, and it looks really bad here. Why? See, this looks like completely flat green. Why is it not blending to gray right there? I think that might be our main issue, is for some reason it's seeing... This should be using the same color as that, the below color. So, look and see what that is, or what's going on there. The below neighbor color, if the layer is greater than the lower layer, then we use the cliff below us, which is right. Oh, maybe that's this is our problem, I think, because it's taking the average already. Okay, yeah, that was the issue. I hope, anyway. We add this together, and we need to take the average here, and then we just want these colors and not average. And same with this above neighbor color. So this was a kind of silly mistake just because I was trying to reuse this code and I just did it without thinking too hard about it. What you get when you try to program so late. Alright, so things should look a lot better now. Oh wow, actually look worse. I think I probably just used the wrong variable somewhere. That was the lower rectangle. I think this might be flipped. Oh yeah, I did wrong. Yeah, so the average color is on the bottom, so it needs to go as the second argument. Okay, there we go. There's still some weirdness, but all that stuff I was talking about, trying to blend with 5 or more points, I don't think is really needed, especially because doing these gradient colors is just kind of temporary. It doesn't really look that good. But at least it's a smooth color. So there's still, like, this is kind of weird right here. Oh, actually, no kind of about it. There should be a little green right there, I think. Yeah, and then there's a line. Let's see, what is happening right here? I think it has to do with that problem where it's trying to blend to this, but it should actually blend green if there's nothing above us. Okay, well, there's two issues here. Let's take care of the first one because it's slightly easier. It'll be this point. And I guess what's happening now is it looks at the corner and it just uses this color, this block's color, and then this block's color. But what it should actually do is use this block. What is... I'm trying to decide if it needs to try and merge with this color at all at this point. Would it just go here? Well, it could be, like I said, there could be 4. So yeah, I think it is a quadruple point actually. So it needs to merge here, 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 and here. So if this is flat, it would just use this color after all. Alright. So the top clockwise, we need to get the clockwise above neighbor color, and theoretically it would just be this plus 1. But we actually, I think we can try it and see how it works. We only need this for this point here, I think. Let's... the plus in the wrong place. Yeah, because that color only touches on the very corner, so none of the other ones would blend. Because basically these colors are supposed to be averages with every other face that this point touches. So this one can actually touch a 5th face. So that's what I'm confused about, because the number of faces it touches is different sometimes. But I think I'll just go with 4 and see how that works. I think this will look a little strange because like I said, that get neighbor color doesn't work how we actually want it to right now. Because if the neighbor has no block there, or rather if it's just air, problem there. Yeah, so if the block is just air, then it's going to return the cliff's color when it should actually return the clockwise neighbor color. I'm not sure what the best way to get that to work would be. I think it will need a separate layer offset. How do I want to take care of that? So that error was because the layer was outside of bounds, because it actually went above the top of the world. Need to know the surface, but then I also need to know the wanted layer. Then the code here is kind of weird. This should just be the layer. But how I actually want to see is that, and the wanted layer is layer plus layer offset. So the wanted layer, or if the neighbor surface is greater than or equal than the wanted layer, then we can just return the wanted layer. What would we do if the neighbor surface is just greater than our layer? Or how would I want to do this? Because basically if our layer, or if the neighbor surface is equal to our layer but the layer offset, or the surface is less than the layer offset, then we want to just return the block at the neighbor surface. It this way. If neighbor surface is wanted layer -1, then we return that. Oh, and then I also need to make sure that the wanted layer doesn't make it out of bounds. What would happen if it does make it out of bounds? I guess we would just treat it as, oh, well, obviously the surface is greater than that. Okay, so yeah, that's not an issue anymore because we check to make sure that the surface is greater than the wanted layer before trying to get that prototype. And that will make sure that it's not out of bounds because the surface can never be out of bounds. Okay, so that's okay. I think this will work how I want. Oh, but then I need to update this. We'll offset. I should maybe make sure that the offset is equal to 1. So I'm just gonna constrain layer offset to 1 and -1. I won't deal with any other possibilities. But on 0, of course. Still out of range. Really, I don't know how that could happen. Look through the call stack. This at line 291. Oh, it's this one. Could my position be bad? Oh, because I added L+1 right there. That was left over from before I added that layer offset. Oh, look, there's a little green right there, and it blends perfectly with the top. So I think we've got the right idea. There another... Well, it's hard to tell exactly if it works right because I didn't do the counterclockwise side, but here it looks okay. And its problem is that both... Oh well no, because if there was an issue it would have fallen back to the cliff color, which was gray. I think there's no line there. I mean, my eye kind of wants to form a line because there's one right there, but I think it's blending smoothly. Okay, so finally making some progress. Let's try and add that to the rest of them. Counterclockwise. All we have to do is change that. And we've got to add it to this average. So now the whole top row should look good. It doesn't. Oh. So what's happening now is I'm trying to get this block here, but it's not there, so it's falling back to this color. But I think it should actually average with the top. Or should it just... Well, no, it should just be a 3-point, shouldn't it? Okay, so that's the issue here, is that these colors depend on... Like, they're sensitive to what's around them. Kind of a pain. Let's see, so... Only 3. I don't know if there's an easy way I can do that with code without doing an if-else. Yeah, because this looks good. But this has 3 too, so why does it look good and this one doesn't? Now that I look there, it does look to be a bit of a line, like it's slightly darker on the bottom. Why? Because it's too much green. Okay, so yeah, I think I have no choice. Well, I'm just going to try something to see what happens if I just use double green on that side. If it looks okay. So this is how it would work. But yeah, there's still definitely a line there. Fortunately, I don't have any way to test. I guess I need to add some more elevation. But the possibility of there being 4 faces here, there would need to be something on top right there. I'll have to add that later. Yep, definitely something, a line right there. and you can see it. It doesn't look, it's strangely not as visible here, but you can see it a little bit. Hey Taco, good to see ya. How are you doing? Alright. Okay, so I was hoping that it wouldn't be dependent on how many faces were touching it, but obviously it is. I think I was just lucky that the other ones aren't because they both basically just blend with themselves when there's nothing next to them. So I want to see if there's an easy way to do this code now. Oh yeah, thanks Taco, thanks for coming by, and I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Alright, so we're almost over, but I kind of want to fix this. But I think I might to think about how I want to do it a bit. This is getting really complicated. And on our roadmap, like when we get to this color map, we're going to be getting rid of the gradients, but we'll still use this blending method. Yeah, so I'm kind of stumped right now. And since it is 9, I think I'll just call it and think about how I want to do this. And we'll continue tomorrow. Let me write a little note. The cliff corners might depend on the, how do I want to say this, arrangement of blocks around them. Might average 3 or 4 colors, maybe even 5. Yeah, so I think this will be fine with colors, but later on when we do move on to color maps, because of the shader, the algorithm I had in mind only takes 3 shaders or 3 textures and combines it, so I kind of feel like I might be thinking about this wrongly, but I don't know. Okay, but anyway, I've fried my mind with geometry and colors tonight, but I hope you all had a great time, and thanks for coming by and watching. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully refreshed and ready to tackle this problem. And if you missed any of this stream or any previous one you'd like to catch up, you can check out my YouTube channel. Or if you want to be notified when I go live tomorrow, feel free to follow my Twitter or follow me here on Twitch. I also have a Discord channel if you'd like to chat with me and some other viewers. We'd really appreciate that. And to reach any of those, you can look in my channel description or type !YouTube or Discord in chat, and a link will pop up. But yeah, that's it for me for tonight. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I do appreciate it, and have a great night. Bye bye.